It is the dream of every woman to get married in a blissful wedding, and Patricia Mwangi was just about to realize this dream in October 2011 when a terrible thing happened. For 28 years, she had lived with a condition she thought was eczema until one night in June 2011 when she got an infection and was rushed to hospital.
She woke up one morning and her skin had darkened and she was swollen all over her face, her hands, her feet. She couldn't walk, she couldn't move around. After staying there for 2 weeks, they did a couple of tests on her and they found out that besides the blood poisoning, that she had psoriasis. That was the first major diagnosis she was given.
But the family was not satisfied with the result, so they sought a second opinion. And when Patricia Mwangi checked into hospital in August 2011, she entrusted her life in the hands of a doctor she believed could solve her health problem and she would go on with her wedding plans. But a misdiagnosis occurred that saw her undergoing a wrong treatment for the wrong disease. She was diagnosed with Hodgkin cancer and immediately started chemotherapy, which she attended 6 sessions. However, after the 6 sessions, she was worse off than when she started the chemotherapy.
We got a doctor who decided to review Patty's condition from the word go, and he did tests since he just made an observation in that after the 6 sessions of chemo, she ought to be at a particular place on the road to recovery, but it said different for her. It was worse off. So for now, the doctor did the tests and discovered that she had been having a non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, meaning that she had been wrongly diagnosed. She had been going through a wrong chemo, and yet the chemo had adverse effects on her.
The wounds became more aggressive and visible all over her body, turning the beautiful lady into a totally different person. After which a new line of chemotherapy was administered to Patricia, and after the first session, the chemo seemed to work since her wounds started healing.
Her wounds had already dried up, and you could see she would move around. She was in a position to sit, to lie down. She could put on clothes and have the luxury of not having them stick on her skin. However, it was only suppressing the condition, but not necessarily dealing with the condition that she had. So her doctor decided to get more tests done while still she was getting the treatment to suppress the side effects. And this time around, she was also misdiagnosed, and we found out that her current condition, that the right condition she actually had, was T-cell lymphoma. This was rather painful because we had suffered a misdiagnosis 2 times in a row, but at least by the fact that we knew it was T-cell lymphoma and we had done all we could now continue with the treatment.
With the right information, the family weighed their options and finally settled for Medanta Hospital in New Delhi, India, where it was cheaper and more accessible for them. Her preparation for the journey saw the family undergo its worst experience when Patricia was almost denied permission to travel due to her appearance.
But she saw it as an opportunity to say how Patty looked disturbing, how Patty was ugly, how Patty would disturb other clients, that people will cancel their flights when they saw her. Yet her condition was not contagious because cancer is not contagious. And when you go through challenges in life, no one should ever be able to open their mouth to say, she looks disturbing, she's ugly, passengers might cancel their flights. We spoke to one of the doctors at the airport. The doctor was kind and he was thoughtful. He saw Patty for the real person that she was, a fighter, someone willing and fighting to get better. And one of the travel restrictions they put on Patty was that she had to wear a buibui. So we had to run around during the night to get a buibui for Patty to put on. And she even had the hijab where you would only see her eyes. Her eyes were also affected because they had wounds. So it was really distressing for her. And one of the very last moments I got to see Patty alive was when she put on the buibui and she looked in the mirror. She felt like everyone had made her to feel like she's filth.
When Patricia got to London, her condition finally improved, and the family was hopeful that she would heal and come back home. Her body immune was, however, very low due to the chemotherapies and other medications she had undergone. Boosting it posed a bigger challenge for the doctors than even treating her skin condition. And when she contracted pneumonia, Patricia passed on almost immediately since her body was too weak to fight. Patricia's wedding will never be, and all the plans that were on hold until she gets better now has to be cancelled completely.
She had set the wedding dates, she had done the venue, her wedding dress was done, bridesmaids' dresses were done, everything was so okay. The only bit was that she was not able to try on her wedding dress as a result of the wounds. I would like to appeal to my family, my friends, well-wishers, anyone that knew Patty, any one of you that still doesn't know her, but as a result of watching this, you have been touched by her story and her journey and her fight for life. Please come on board, let's join hands. Let's bring Patty back home to her final rest. It's not been easy, but we can do it if we all come together. I'd also like to appeal to the government, the Kenyan embassy in India. I would love that I would love for you to help us bring Patty home, bring my parents home. Let's lay our sister to rest.
The family will be holding a fundraiser on Sunday, the 19th of January at NPC Valley Road. Send your generous contributions to M-Pesa paybill number 600100. Namkabo Werunga, GBS News.